What up? What up? Fantasy Football Hustler back at you, and we are bringing you fantasy news today. And we're here with the Thursday crew. We got Bogard, we got IDP IGGY, we got Hector from Breaking Down the Tape. Oh man, this is going to be a live show. We're just going to jump into this real quick. Let's get to this Calvin Ridley news. Okay, so for those who haven't heard, Calvin Ridley not traveling with the team to London. Russell Gage did not travel either. Russell Gage is for an injury. Calvin Ridley is for personal reasons. Bogey, get in there on this this crazy ass news that we heard.
So first of all, Russell Gage didn't make it because he sucks, and no one should ever speak of his name. And to me, it's what he's going to do to people. So we should just pre-warn people. Stay away from Gage. Coolio Ridley, I mean, I hope everything's okay with him, whatever's going on in his life. You know, I always called him Coolio because he was opposite of Julio. You know what I mean? We haven't seen him yet. I will say right now, look at the Coolio Ridley owner in your league. And if that person's 1-3 or 0-4, you probably can give like a ham sandwich and like maybe a
half bag of chips.
A Quintez Cephas or something. Maybe that's a little too extreme, right? But you could probably get Calvin Ridley for the low right now, since they already know they're going to be without him. You know what I mean?
Especially if that person needs to win this week. Like if it's someone who's 0-4, 1-3, they're going to need to get a win this week. And so, yeah, make those moves right now.
Yeah. And I also want to add, I kind of like this for Hayden, Hurst, Helmsley. Right, because Arthur Smith likes to run a ton of 12 personnel, and like, because immediately this makes you want to say, "Oh, Kyle Pitts finally going to have a big game." No mark.
Now this is where I want to step in real quick, because as a Jets fan, and these motherfuckers are playing my team, I'm thinking this is going to be a big game for the Jets. This is where they're going to ride a 2-0 win streak right here. I said what I said. They're going to pull this game out, because they got nobody to throw to. And if you're telling, as shitty as the Jets offense has been start off, even though they've showed some sparks, the Jets defense has been one of the top 10 defenses in the league. And now you're just telling them, okay, they got nobody to throw to. You shut down Kyle Pitts, who's having season so far. And I'm saying and I can back that up because I have him in a fantasy league, and I'm pissed at him right now. Pissed. But you're also telling them to stop the run, which the Jets always are top 5 in stopping the run. I'm taking the Jets.
You got quarter.
I ride that Jets defense this week. That's for sure.
From a betting perspective, I teased Atlanta to 5.5 because if they do lose, I don't think they're going to lose by that much. Dude, Ridley's big news, man. I had him in my DFS lineups. I thought it was gonna be a shootout. This kind of changes it up. Pitts is gonna have to step it up. When I go back and look at film, Hurst is on the field a lot already. Like you said, he's gonna have to step it up. I also think Corey Davis has got it. Interesting fact from my UK friends that's rookie quarterbacks in London are 0-5 since they've been playing games in London and had rookie quarterbacks. You got to think about how many of those are Jacksonville Jaguar rookie quarterbacks. I didn't even think
about that shit.
You know what I'm saying? They're still 0-5 over there. So,
I mean,
that was an awesome stat. That was an awesome stat, but that was a lot of Jacksonville Jaguar.
Probably.
Yeah, stats can tell any story you want, man. So yeah, you got to look at the tape. I'm torn on this game, man. Even with Ridley being gone with him there, I'm still torn on this game. It's an early game. Everybody's off rhythm. Cole Sr., he could be a DFS sneaky spot. You got Williams over there. Quincy Williams played for Jacksonville. He's already used to this. He had a stud game for you IDP players. I think he's going to backdoor that with another good one too. But it throws a wrench in there.
I think the Jets could cover that number, and I think not the number you teased it to, but I think the Jets can cover and even outright win. Here's a little fun fact, bro. Bob Saleh over there. He actually was a part of the Jacksonville staff for 3 years, and all 3 years they went to London, and they traveled on different times. One time they left on right after a Sunday game, went straight to London. Another time they left on a Monday after a short practice. Then the other time they left on a Thursday, and they won that game. So he's going. That's what he went with. They left today. You know what I mean? So maybe they have a little step up on an Arthur Smith, who's never traveled like this as a rookie head coach. I mean, they're both rookie coaches, but I think Rob Saleh has been a part of way more better organizations in his career than Arthur Smith has.
Hustler. Real quick. Zep Cheppy, this comment that you've kept up is just eating me right now. Eating me. No, Ridley Patterson's gonna eat.
Corduroy is gonna eat.
I said what I said. The Jets, if you're telling them who've proven a lot of teams wrong so far with their backfield so far, proven a lot of teams that their defense is pretty solid.
What are you talking about? You just gave up almost 200 yards total to the running back against.
And we won. That doesn't
top 10.
I'm standing by this defense. All the Jets had to do going into the Titans game with Julio Jones and Brown out, all we had to do was keep Henry from scoring. Let him get all the fucking yards he wants. Mind you, he had 157 on 30, almost 35 carries. He had to earn that shit. So get him all the yak he wants. You stop him from scoring, we're winning that game. They were better off putting Julio Jones or Brown out as fucking decoys, because 50%, one of those guys at 50% is better than the Jets defense.
I'll tell you
that's where they fucked up.
And here's where I'm at, because I'm not in a legal betting state, so I'm not betting on the game, so I could kind of care less, who wins. I hope everyone betting on the game, you get the outcome you want. But as far as fantasy, Jets are the team to stream against because they'll give up those yards. We need those yards. And Corduroy, he's going to the moon this week. You already know.
Nah, Patterson's that defense is gonna eat him like Zeke.
Nah, he's a unique piece, man.
Well, okay,
he line up as wide receiver, slot, running back. He returns. He gets points, man. He gets points.
So let's put it up there. Let's make a bold claim then, Hector. How many yards is he going to stay under, and is he going to get a touchdown or not? How about that? Because that's like fantasy relevance.
I say because there's no Calvin Ridley, and all you got to do is really stop. Who else they have at receiver? There's no one. There's no one proven yet.
They have two tight ends.
How do you say
a lot of 12 personnel?
So they got
how do you say his name?
They got Pitts and Hooper?
Hayes or whatever. No. How do you say his name?
Hurst?
Hayden Hurst.
Hurst, man.
Hurst?
Good.
Okay, so they got Hurst. They got Hurst.
So you're telling that wide receiver, though? What's his name? Zacchaeus or whatever?
Zacchaeus. Ozamala Wally or something.
Yeah, it starts with the O. That's what I remember, yeah.
OZ.
The Jets are built to stop the run. The Jets are built to stop the run. The Jets are built to stop the run. They're gonna stop Patterson before anything else.
Why do you keep saying the Jets can stop the run? You guys can't stop the run.
Especially for fantasy.
From a fantasy perspective, this is going to be a great game because neither one of these defenses are great. I mean, Deion Jones can get some points.
I will say this. I think the Jets defense is better than Atlanta's.
So, look, if my running back puts up 150 yards and doesn't get a touchdown, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be okay. So, but Henry, did he get a touchdown last week? Or you're saying that they kept him out of the end zone?
Yeah, no, he didn't get a touch. He did not get a touch.
Yeah. I mean, you kept him out of the end zone. You won the game. But Henry, man, he balled the fuck out last week. So we're playing all our running backs against him. We're playing Mike Davis. We're playing Corduroy. At least that's what I'm saying, because Mike Davis is probably going to be like the second leading receiver on the squad, too.
Am I getting too cute? I need to stream a tight end. I might stream Hunter Hurst Helmsley, bro.
Man,
I mean Hayden Hurst Helmsley, my bad.
No, we know who that is. Hunter Hurst Helmsley. That's Hayden Hurst.
Triple H champion of all time.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, it's a 14-team league.
Yeah. All right, let's get this question in here for edits thrown in the super chat. Hell yeah, bro. You already know. Said if Carson is out, that's actually the next thing we were going to talk about too. Should I play Collins or AB? So real quick, so the news about Carson, he's a true game time decision. So we're not even going to know until like an hour and a half before the game if he's playing or not. I think it's going to be a little bit of a committee. So, I mean, if I had someone like AB, I'd probably go AB over Collins because, I mean, Bogard, you've been saying it. We're going to get some random DJ Dallas shit in there.
I mean, but I still do think if there is no Chris Carson, he's probably good for at least 15 carries. Like Alex Collins is going to get like 15 carries. And right now, the Rams are 7 overall ranked defense. I don't know what they are specifically against the run, but I know they're outside the top 10. So, like, because, people have been actually running on them. So, I mean, I think he's a mid-range RB2 play. I mean, RB2, yeah, I said RB2, yeah.
Especially after last week. I mean, Rams, they're looking like one of the teams to stream against.
I love the helmets. I love them. I love them.
That's what it comes down to. Like, do we think last week was kind of fluky from Arizona? Like, if we do, Rams aren't the team to stream against because that was really the only game where they gave up like a top 5 performance, rushing wise. Fantasy.
Well, let's consider this. It was a division rival, and they're playing another division rival again. Those games. These teams know each other well. I mean, and let's not pretend Seattle hasn't been looking like super phenomenal. That's a testament to how bad my Niners were last week, that Seattle was able to come back in that second half. But I do want to add that I think the Rams are going to come out and smoke the Seahawks. They're smoking them. So, like, that's why I think we might.
And speaking of smoking real quick, it's 4:20 East Coast, so let's fire it up.
Let's do it. Do it big. You know how to do it. Well, dude, let me say this. It's weird. On my podcast this morning, the Seahawks have had a better road record than a home record over the past 2 seasons. I think I mentioned it last week on the newscast too. And then Gerald Everett he's still out. We're going to talk about that here in a minute. But it is a division game. Arizona was not a fugazi. I've had them in the number 1 power ranking since week 2. That's a high-powered offense over there. The truth is, though, Russell Wilson's Russell Wilson. People are sleeping on Swain. He's still got 2 other great wide receivers named Lockett and Metcalf. And Russ is just elusive, man. He's gonna be ducking and diving and jumping back, and then he's gonna be throwing 50-yard bombs to Tyler Lockett as well. I do expect the Rams to win this game. We got to keep in mind the Seahawks have an awful total defensive yards. They get passed on, they get run on. Jamal Adams is not looking like the person we thought he would. So I think the Rams are going to feast on them. But can Russell Wilson match? Can he match Matthew Stafford? That's what this game comes down to me.
Yeah,
and then real quick, Bogart, finish your thought, Bogart, and then give your pick on Collins or AB, and then we're going to round robin it, make sure everyone gets their picks. I'm going AB.
Yeah, so I just want to add that the fact that I think that the Rams are going to smoke the Seahawks, the Seahawks might have to abandon the run earlier. So, me assuming that the 15 carries is coming, that's in like an even keel game. You know what I mean? That's like where it's, it's a close game most of the time. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Where they could still run the ball. Because I think it's going to be a boat race, and I'd put my money on that. So I would say I would go with AB in this case, man, because AB, he's from Miami. He loves kicking the Dolphins' ass, bro. I love the intangible there.
And then, Iggy, who's your pick before we give it to Hector for his thoughts?
I think I'm going to go with Collins. I want to see the river dance tonight. If for no other reason, I'll take the river dance, dancing in the end zone. But no, if it's this is Pete Carroll doing his USC bullshit again. Alex, and you know what I'm saying? He's just doing this game and shit, screwing us fantasy owners who happen to own Carson. I have to go check about 6 lineups right before game time. But I'm going to go with Collins. He scored last week. He can score again. Why couldn't he?
And actually, before Hector comes in, here's actually some news that we're going to talk about a little later. But since this got brought up, for the Dolphins, Xavier Howard and Byron Jones both limited in practice. Howard has a shoulder and a groin injury, and Jones has an Achilles injury.
There you go. Makes me like AB even more. And I'm not going to pretend like that this is going to be an easy game for Tom Brady. The Dolphins defense, they know Tom Brady very well. Brian Flores knows Tom Brady very well. And that secondary for the Buccaneers is really bad, man. So I think they're fully aware of this. They're going to have to rack up points. They're not going to play around and keep the game close. So I think Tom Brady with his foot on the gas pedal, and AB is going to be a big part of that.
And we're
Yeah, I
jumping
changed
around.
my mind. I'm going AB against the Bengals secondary.
No changing yet. You said what you said, motherfucker. You said what you said.
Man, that's what this show's all about. The news, man. The news breaks. I'm changing my mind.
I'm 100%. It's the minute AB got to Tampa Bay, they already had a connection with minimal amount of work put together. Then they go into this offseason. They start off the season, and AB was getting first receiver targets and reps in game 1. AB's gonna come back, and it's gonna be instant. When shit goes down, Tom Brady knows AB's gonna do what he got to do, and he can always hit him. Yeah. AB to me is like is today's Randy Moss.
Maybe
it's today's Randy Moss. Like
I do think that
because today's game isn't.
He'll beat you on the route, and then if you let it
as a route runner
go into disarray, he's gonna beat you regardless.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. Not that like Randy Moss, that was just like the way that the NFL like elite wide receivers were back then, and like Antonio Brown, that's what the elite wide receivers are in today's game. Totally.
Thank you. Yeah, I just know what I'm.
Yep.
And no Gronk. I forgot about that. That he's going to be looking for AB some. So
yeah. So let me let's just get into the rest of the Bucs news. So yeah, Gronk, he's doubtful. So you get that doubtful tag. Like we already know you're not playing. He has like 3 broken ribs, another fractured rib, and he like punctured his lung in the game. Yeah. So yeah, he's not playing. So Cameron Brate, fire him up. Dolphins, they haven't been they've been pretty friendly against the tight ends so far. And a lot of it's because they're corners and safeties. I mean, pretty solid. And who else we got here? Gio's back at practice. JPP, he's back at practice, but he's got one of those huge ass like hand casts on, the ones that are like almost a weapon. And then Carlton Davis, he's been added to injury reserve. So now Bucs are without their top 2 cornerbacks, and I believe Antoine Winfield is doubtful as well for the game. So not looking good for their defense, especially the secondary.
Yeah, I'm not too happy because I have the Bucs defense, I think, in one. I know guaranteed in one of my leagues. I don't know if it's in 2.
Probably not after this. Probably going to be dropping them, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not too happy. I picked them up to start them off to see what they can do, and they were just like but I was being okay. Like it didn't affect me in the way my defense was. Like they were at least being a middle of the pack. And now with this, like I'm just like, Tampa Bay's gonna be able to outscore a lot of motherfuckers like KC can, but at the same time they're gonna be like KC, but they're gonna give up a lot of fucking points, and it's just not gonna be good fantasy wise. So I would not be sitting on the Bucs anymore. I'd get the fuck off of that train.
Well, here's the thing: in a matchup like this, the Buccaneers defense, they're gonna give up points. Devontae Parker, I like him as a start. I even like Gesicki, but still though, their style is anytime they have a lead, they're gonna send pass rush. You know what I mean? So it could be a 3-point lead. They're sending pass rush because that's what their defense is built on. So I mean, I just say they are gonna give up a lot of points, when they play good ass teams. But this one, I think it's gonna be a boat race. You know what I mean?
But that's what we want for fantasy. That's what we want because Devontae Parker, Jalen Waddle. I still don't think Myles Gaskin's not doing anything in this.
No, hell no, because that's what they are.
Miami's deep. I mean, Miami is just
still Jacoby too at QB, right?
Very, very disappointing. That's what I'm gonna say. Like Miami, like they had so much going for them, and I think I stand by it. They went wrong with Tua.
And the news on Tua right now is that he's supposed to return in week 6.
I wouldn't even play him because it ain't gonna make no difference. Ain't gonna make no damn difference.
Yep. All right. How about from the Cowboys? So Zeke and Amari Cooper, they were out there doing the individual drills, and I know they got in. They were out there with pads. I don't even know if they considered them limited though, because I don't know how many team drills they actually participated in. Friday practice is going to be super important for both of these guys, but Cowboys, they're really all banged up. I think this is going to be a big Tony Pollard game. But Iggy, what do you think about the Cowboys offense now with Zeke and Amari Cooper really banged up over there?
I think they should still be okay. They still have Dak. I think that's how that offense goes. As long as you have Dak, he'll make some magic happen. I mean, look what he's doing with Schultz. He's doing amazing things with him. Who else? Wilson. He's out there as well. He can run him in there. I mean, look what they've done without Gallup. They've never missed a beat. And Zeke's gonna play. Zeke will play. I think.
I'm thinking right now, like, you got the Cowboys playing the Giants, and the Giants, like, they're already missing Blake Martinez, their leading tackle, a tackler, and middle, and pretty much the mid linebacker, like that's the lead part of their defense. So you're missing on that. I don't care if it's Zeke or Pollard. I think both of them get their fucking touches and able to move the ball. But I also think it'll be a good enough defense when it comes to the pass game, because Bradbury has made himself known as a very good cornerback.
He's great. I'd say he's great.
I don't want to, I don't want to overexert it because I'm New York. So, like, I don't want to, people be like, oh, you're 0-9.
Bradbury's a dog.
But
Logan Ryan's a dog.
It'll be a very good
Logan
game.
Ryan's a dog too.
But they have enough on Dak and the Cowboys have enough offensively to do what they need to do, especially with the Giants having Shepard out. They have Galladay even questionable.
He's going to be.
So here's everything from practice. So Sterling Shepard, Darius Slayton. The coaches said it's ramp up day for them, but they still didn't practice. So I'm not sure what ramp up means. Maybe just the individual drills.
One-on-ones, yeah.
And then Jabril Peppers, he didn't practice. And then their left tackle, Andrew Thomas, he's practicing, but they said he's limping around there like really bad.
Damn. Hey, check this out. Stream the Cowboys defense.
Dallas looks like they're about to be 4-1.
Yeah.
And I hate to say that because Barkley looked, after last game against the Saints, Barkley looks like he's starting to elevate his game and feel more comfortable.
I mean, he still was ass on the ground, but now he's,
he does multiple things though. And when it counted, he did what it mattered. Take the ball on the ground and pound it in.
I think
the Giants got lucky with two big bombs. That's what saved them in that game. And if Daniel Jones can keep
a win is a win.
I'm not mad at them. I'm just saying that what they got to do. Jason Garrett's going to have that. That's what his formula is.
I hate Jason Garrett. I wish they never got him.
But I think Saquon's going to continue to be ass on the ground because their line is garbage. And now you're talking about their left tackle, being out too. It needs to be Saquon getting like these Najee numbers and passes, getting those 100%. Double-digit catches.
But see, Danny Pesos, rather, he doesn't check the ball down. He'd rather take off himself. You know what I mean?
But it shouldn't be a check down. It should be an offensive call.
No, Hustler's 100% right. If the Giants were smart, they would fix that line and protect Barkley. Because just to think what Barkley could do with an established – think what Daniel Jones can do with an established line.
I don't know, man. I think Danny Dimes, his improvisation that he has to do on the fly because of that bad line is why he flashes to me. I remember in the offseason, there was a PFF stat that stuck out to me. It was that he had a poor completion rating in like when the pocket was clean, he had a poor completion rating. It was weird.
Like too much time, and that's like something he's not even used to. He's like, what the fuck's going on here?
Why did they draft the Tar Heel quarterback anyway? Like Mitchell Trubisky, Daniel Jones, they're just, get off the gas. Program's not making great QBs.
Nope. All right, let's switch it up. Enough of those enough Giants talk there.
The Tar Heels.
You cut it out. You watch your mouth.
The gears.
All right, so the Panthers and CMC. Coach says he's feeling good. CMC says he's feeling great. So yesterday he was a game time decision, and it seemed like a long shot. I think that now after today's practice, I think it might be getting closer to him actually playing this week. I wasn't prepared for this.
If you have him, you got to play him. I mean, he's your first overall pick. You know, that's just the bottom line. And no matter what his status is, if he's full go, you got to go.
100%. I think if you throw him in, you throw him like if he says he's good, you throw him in. But I'll tell him and Sam Darnold, look, we're not trying to overload you. It's not a dink and dunk to you every single time. If we sometimes if we got to throw the ball away, throw the ball away.
Listen, Joe Brady's one of the best play callers. He's one of my favorite offensive minds in the game, up and coming on the rise. He has arrived. I mean, just the threat of CMC being there, they could, they could scheme up everybody else this game. They're playing the Eagles. The Eagles are trash. They could barely stop the run. Then they lost Brandon Graham. Now they're giving up 9 yards a clip, basically. I think everyone's going to eat in this game. And if CMC is unlimited touches, I think he'll still ball out. And I also want to add, in DFS, we could get very low ownership on him because people, they just might be afraid of throwing him in the lineup, or they might not even, they just might outright forget that he's playing this week.
That's a good point. How do we feel about Shaq Thompson? Is Jeremy Chin stepping it up? Is Brian Burns going to have to step it up on the other side? Like, who's going to fill the void of Shaq Thompson, man?
It's going to be Jeremy Chin. We already know they like to bring him down, like into the box, in different spots. So I'm expecting a little uptick for him.
And they just got Stephon Gil. They got the way I don't know. It's the way they built themselves. It's crazy.
And Carolina's doing their thing, right? They're doing their
I think it's Chin. It's got to be Chin. I mean, because Shaq Thompson, when you go look at film, he's everywhere, man. He's making the tackles.
They got a lot more to maneuver now. Now they got Stephon Gilmore coming into the house. They got, I mean, even though they lost some pieces like J.C. Horn and stuff, they felt they filled the void very quickly with big names.
Yeah.
Big time players.
And then Henderson, Henderson, for what it's worth, he's still young. And then now he doesn't have to immediately, be the number 2 guy. Or at least after this next couple of weeks. Because when is Gilmore going to be eligible to come back? Week 7?
Week 7's the earliest he could come back.
Okay.
But we don't know if he's on track for that or not either. So we haven't heard any news.
Well, he was on track for week 6, and then they released him.
Well, I mean, he had to miss 6 games either way because he's on the IR or the PUP.
Yeah, PUP.
Yep. So, the earliest he can come back is week 7. But maybe he'll be back by then. We shall see. Iggy, real quick, though. Like a guy like Jeremy Chin, who's kind of been like so-so as far as like stats go. What do you think like bringing over like, a guy like Stephon Gilmore does for like a safety? Now they're going to have 2 boss cornerbacks. What's that do for a guy like him? Does his production stay the same? Does it increase? Does it decrease? What do you think?
Well, just like from a film perspective, he's usually the second one there on run plays. If it's outside, it's usually Shaq, and then it was him. As far as the coverage scheme, I think it's going to be schematically whatever they're doing, whoever he's playing. If he's playing against a good tight end, they might like him up on that tight end, and he may not get production. But he's always going to have value in the run game. He wasn't used too much on the outside as it was. So he's going to be back there at a safety position, and he's going to be able to kind of have more freelancing freedom, or like he's going to be able to roam more, in my opinion, with the loss of Shaq Thompson. And if Gilmore comes in and is still that true shutdown corner, they're probably going to put him as opposite of Gilmore as much as possible so that they can bring pressure on that side, knowing Gilmore is going to have a side locked down. So the production's always there. Don't forget, Chin was a master of big games last year, and he's going to have a couple this year. Just a matter of being in, making the big play and being there at the right time. I think he's going to step up. Trade for him if he can.
And I think one of the things that we can expect, assuming Gilmore comes in and does good. Now, I mean, I know he doesn't like cover one side or the other necessarily, but now with 2 really good cornerbacks, it's going to force the QBs to throw more over the middle of the field. Mm-hmm. That's the area where he covers. And because now you got 2 good cornerbacks, they can leave the free safety back there by himself probably more often than not. And then Chin can get up in the box, maybe rush the QB a little bit more. They can take chances now.
And you know what? Even if this year, shit doesn't go right for them, they come back next year. J.C. Horn is healthy with Stephon Gilmore. You got two potentially lockdown corners because Stephon Gilmore can still fucking ball the fuck out.
Oh, and I bet you TJ Henderson, a.k.a. his real name's CJ Henderson, but I call him TJ Henderson from The Smart Guy. So he got brought over in a trade as well. They traded for him, and now he's the number 3 cornerback. So we're talking about him having to do number 1 duty for the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're talking about he was first round, right, Iggy? Wasn't he a first-round corner taken a couple years ago? First or second rounder?
First round.
First round. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. And then so now he's going to be the slot like corner, like that's going to be ridiculous. He's going to be able to handle business a lot more than in Jacksonville when he was getting roasted covering everybody's number 1 every game.
That's going to be like circa Denver no-fly zone. Remember that? Because you had this phenomenal front 7 and a legit shutdown secondary.
So can we all just agree that I said what I said when I said Sam Darnold was going to go to the Panthers and be very, very successful?
Yeah, but
the team around him is fucking stacked. Is stacked. No, that's what I said. He's going to be successful because the team is stacked.
But we were on that, though. We were already on that. Like, I've been a Sam Darnold guy since he was with the Jets, and people said I was wrong. And now he's with Carolina.
Well, I shitted on Zach. I shitted on Zach for him fucking shitting on him. And you know what? I got Sam Darnold as a backup in my league. My number 1 is Herbert. Number 2 is Sam Darnold, right? I am playing Zach this week, starting tonight. I told Zach to his face when we recorded last night, I am purposely playing Sam Darnold against you so you can feel the pain one more time when he shits on you.
I mean, he has a soft matchup. He's playing Eagles, so you know what I mean. That's actually, I mean, theoretically, you know what I mean. Him and Herbert, depending on how competitive we think the Browns are going to be, because the Browns are probably just going to try to kill the clock every time they have the ball and just own time of possession. They're nursing that partially torn labrum. So I actually like Darnold just a smidge better than Herbert this week.
Whoa, getting bold there. I like them both.
As long as he keeps getting those Russian tutties, that's that's all that matters. CMC decoy, Sam Darnold up the middle. I could see it.
5 for the year so far. And Vanessa, real quick. So, the Carson info, it's literally the same as it was yesterday. Still not looking good for this week, but it's an hour and a half before game time. That's when we will officially know if he's playing or not. But he's a true game time decision.
I just realized what I said out loud. I don't like Sam Darnold better than Justin Herbert.
Yeah, not
speaking every week.
You said I like him better this week just because of the matchup.
Yeah, but still, I'm like, Herbert's just too amazing, dude.
Hey, Michael. So, we can see your comments. We're not answering any start-sit questions or any trade questions right now. Not on this live stream, just news questions, things like that. If you want to get your start-sit questions answered, just leave it as a super chat. Get it in there as a super chat. We'll take care of you like we did for edits a little earlier. But we got the live stream for Q&A coming up on my channel, Fantasy Football Hustler, at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So a little less than an hour and a half.
Hustler and Iggy and Bogart, I got a question for you for the fans.
Let's get it.
What is I want to go back to CMC real quick. What is his worth fantasy-wise? So if someone's trying to get rid of him, say there's someone's trying to make a big move and they need a lot of pieces and they have CMC and they're trying to fucking dump him for a lot of value. What is he worth?
It's got to be at least 3 players, unless it's like 2 top players, but he's got to be worth 2. He's got to be worth an RB1 and a wide receiver 1, or like 3 players.
Like right now, I was actually trying to peddle Joe Mixon and Mike Williams for CMC. You know what I mean? That, because I figured, all right, if I'm giving him a banged up Mixon and Mike Williams for what it's worth, he's the top 5 receiver right now. I felt like that can get the conversation going. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
I think that's a good one. For me, it's got to be like a position skill 1 and then at least a high end 2.
So question.
2-for-1's okay.
So question real quick, because I know Zach's not watching this right now, and I'm trying to trade his wife for CMC. I literally thought about giving her straight up Diggs and Hunt for CMC.
See, that can get the conversation going for sure.
It should.
I straight up thought about giving her Diggs and Hunt for CMC, and then I thought about it because I have a lot to play with. I thought about giving up Jacobs because I have Josh Jacobs.
I would give up 4 players, and if only one of them's a starter and the 3 are your bench players, but they could be starters for her, and just overpay for it, to a certain extent, and then just get it done like right away. Because you want it to happen sooner rather than later.
I know. I'm pushing. Zach's an asshole.
Here's another thing too about like when you make these like 3-for-1s or 4-for-1 trades, do yourself a favor and look at the person's bench first, and make sure that like at least these players are even better than their bench, because they're gonna have to drop people to entertain this trade offer. You know what I mean? So like. Because I hate it when people go, I don't know who to drop. And I'm like, listen, you know what I mean? So already diagnose. You got to diagnose who you can tell them to drop too. Like, listen, you don't need so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. You know what I mean? Get rid of them. You don't need Nelson Aguilar. You don't need, maybe even a Brandon Ayuk at this point. You know what I mean? Like,
don't need a Robbie Anderson. Get him off your team already.
Like, these are guys.
Yeah, I traded Sam Darnold, Robbie Anderson, and A.J. Dillon for Chase Edmonds, Jonathan Allen, that's IDP defensive lineman, and who was the other one? Can't even remember now, but I got what I wanted.
Hey, Flatline on Twitch TV, what up? So, yeah, the news about CMC playing, we already said if he's playing, you're playing him. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And Vanessa, shout out for the super chat, what up? And said, if Carson's a go, are you playing him? Should I? I believe so. I'm going. I'm playing him if Carson plays.
If I have other options, I'm going that way because this is not something that happened this week. This is something that he's been dealing with. You know what I mean? He's at risk for re-aggravation. I mean,
I don't think he plays. I don't think he plays. So I don't.
Yeah,
think
I put Alex Collins as one of my captains in a DFS league because I don't think he's playing either.
Where's your mother?
So just be ready to pivot. I'd already put him on your bench right now because he's probably not playing. All right, let's rapid fire some of this stuff. Okay, so for everybody who was thinking about getting Samaje Perine, or everybody who did get him, so the coaches say that if Joe Mixon is out, which I think he's going to be like a game time decision, is how close it's going to be. They said they're going with the full committee approach, that it's not going to be a one-man band. Samaje Perine, knowing it's going to be a committee, even worth playing in redraft?
Well, I don't think it's worth it unless you're in a deeper league. I mean, Jalen Smith, for what it's worth, he's fresh and he's going to come through, immediately contribute to the run stopping. And they haven't been the worst against the run this year. Ironically, I mean, look what happens when you fire Mike Penton, right? But I'm saying, the way it broke down, Chris Evans played all third down snaps. Joe Mixon didn't play not one third down snap last week. And then Samaje got in on a few. So we already saw a little mini committee. You know what I mean? It'll be a split.
Yep. And then real quick, so Vanessa, she said my backups are Mitchell, Sermon, Jamal Williams, or Hubbard. So
I would go Jamal and Hubbard. I would always keep Hubbard at this point right now.
I kind of lean Jamal because the Niners is too hard to call, man. But if they rule out Elijah Mitchell, I'm throwing out Sermon, bro.
Yeah, that's what we would. I mean,
say that out loud for the guys in the back.
Yeah, if they rule him out, because right now Jamal Williams is also questionable, but we shall see. Today's practice, tomorrow's practice are big. But yeah, I don't think that Carson's gonna play. So just move him out now. And then as soon as what time is that game? So it'd be like at 3:50, depending on where you are in the country. 6:50 if you're on the East Coast, 3:50 if you're on the West Coast is when that news is gonna drop.
What about the Hawaii people?
Oh man, that's 3 hours behind that. So that's 12:50.
Okay.
I was legit in Hawaii 2019, the week of Halloween, right? And there was a London game, and like I have this thing where I call when people don't know me, they go, "Hey, what do you do, man?" "Oh, I coach." You don't have to tell them it's fantasy football. They're just a coach, right? Coaching is drinking and yelling at the TV while I'm watching the game. So I had to get up at 3 a.m. for the London game, and I was like, "I'm not gonna get up. It's like 12 o'clock. We're just going all night." You know what I mean? We're in Hawaii, so like, and I stayed up to watch. I stayed up all the way to watch a shitty ass Texans versus Jags game. But I remember Keelan Cole, he went 7 for 8. I was like, hell yeah, right off the waiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
All right. So real quick, TJ Hawkinson and Penei Sewell, they're back at practice. So for everyone who might have been freaking out on Wednesday, no need to freak out. So Calvin Ridley, he's not traveling with the team due to personal reasons. And now for the Eagles, Darius Slay, he didn't participate in practice today for personal reasons.
Yeah.
Not sure. DJ
Moore and my man Robbie Anderson, the string bean. They could have some big games here because he's the
Why are you thinking I'm starting Sam Darnold?
There you go.
Why do you think I'm starting Sam Darnold against Zach? I told him you're gonna lose to Sam Darnold one more time.
I love it.
I agree. I hope the Panthers win. Just get it done. Just get it done.
Right.
Yeah.
You got CMC coming back. Hopefully, even if they give him limited touches or whatever you want to do, or try to minimize. You're trying to minimize him, trying to get, tell him run out of bounds. At least tell him, like, run out of bounds. Don't do the extra. Like, keep your hamstring straight. Give it another week. Just stay in the game, and let Sam Darnold hit his receivers and I love the name Chubba Hubbard, because I'm trying to fucking handcuff that right there. That's why I'm trying to trade for CMC, because I got Chubba Hubbard on the bench. I'm trying to handcuff that because Chubba Hubbard's gonna become in handy because that motherfucker can run the ball.
You know what you need to happen is CMC to be ruled out. Then you can make your trade. That's when you swoop in. Because if he shows any kind of that sauce, because that's why he's the unicorn. He's the one of one, the great white back.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, all right. B Savage, I'm a screenshot my lineup and I'm gonna send it to you, and you're gonna be like, all right, you got pieces to fucking toss.
Trust me, I was hoping I forgot today's Thursday. TD doesn't come on today, but like I'm trying to trade him. He was trying to talk some DK Metcalf trade with me. I'm like, oh, I like DK. You know what I mean? And I was hoping he was going to be on the show today, but that game is tonight. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm a trading motherfucker, bro. I just like to trade. Last night I traded away Cordell Patterson. This was an offer to me though, but it was Cordell Patterson and Dalton Schultz. So I shipped them off, and I brought over CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, and Hunter Henry. And like Hunter Henry's mad, but I'm like, give me that. You know what I mean?
Damn.
It's in the Tyrannosaurus Flex League.
Damn, I didn't even see that.
Last night, right when I got off the show, when we got off the show, I'm just.
You know what? I mean, here's one thing that I will say, because I'm in that league, and somehow you traded for CMC a long ass time ago in that league, and now you got this crazy ass trade to happen. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, the fantasy karma of you willingly taking advantage of these suckers.
They're not
I'm 4-0 in that league. I'm doing pretty nice.
Listen, man, they're not suckers. These are suckers.
I know they're not. I'm messing with you.
It's a $200 league. I don't want a bum in this league because these bums like that ruin a league.
Oh yeah.
Yo, B Savage, check your phone.
Yeah, I'm on my phone right now, so I seen it come in though. So check this out. You've seen me do this in several leagues we're in. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm a self-proclaimed trading motherfucker. I just like it's easy to look at what someone needs, and if I got something what they need, I'm gonna sell it to them. You know?
Every time you say that, I'm a trading motherfucker. I think I paid in full when the dude's laughing at me, he's like, "You a hustling motherfucker, man." And that's what I think about. Like every time you say it, I just laugh. I'm like, "Man, you're a trading motherfucker."
Man. He's lazy. I just gotta get out there, B.
That whole scene, yeah, you already know.
When you played in the hospital, right?
Yeah, not at the hospital. He's at the house, but he's all laid up, and he just starts laughing. And he's like, "Damn, man, what you laughing about?" He's like, "Man, be you a hustling motherfucker, man."
Another Patterson fan? You like fucking with me, hustler? You doing this shit on purpose?
Taco. That's his government name, though. What up, Taco? Oh yeah, man, Corduroy Patterson to the moon. Oh, and check this out. This will be a way that I can fuck with you a little bit. Check this out.
He's the corduroy pimp, bruh. The corduroy
pimping.
He's from Long Beach, right? And you can catch him at the beach. Mink coats in the summer. He ain't tripping. He's checking beach bunnies.
Oh yeah.
All corduroy suit, rhinestones in it. You feel me? He's a retro pimp.
Oh yeah.
All decade, baby. He's all decade. Never forget it. Patterson's all decade.
For real, it's been that long.
And then last piece of news before we get up out of here, and then we can give our predictions for Thursday real quick. So Broncos, Teddy Bridgewater got into practice, limited basis, but I thought it was Drew Lock all the way, and he still hasn't cleared concussion protocol. I don't think it's been enough.
That means he cleared the team's protocol, because you can't. That's the process. The team neurologist clear you, then you get into a limited. So now he's pacing, because by Saturday he'll get tested by a league neurologist, and then we'll know.
So wait, real quick before Iggy gets in here. Did they say that he had a concussion?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in the protocol.
He's in the protocol. So there's verbiage here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's verbiage. You know what I mean? So he took a hit, because nowadays, they call it, some people call it the Julian Edelman rule. Remember Edelman in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks? He had a comeback route. Boom, gets blasted. He gets up hella slow, and he almost goes to the wrong sideline. Then he gets back in the lineup. And then they let the play go. Then the next play, they're like, get him out of the game. You know what I mean? Because he was clearly concussed, and he still ran around after. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And just imagine if he would have taken another hit like that or something.
Fuck yeah. Could have died on the field. And in the NFL will have millions of people outside with COVID picketing, talking about CTE and shit. You know what I mean? So that's why they ain't playing. Teddy Bridgewater took a nasty hit. They're probably like, who was the president? He was like, me, Teddy Roosevelt. Put him in the fucking protocol.
Yeah, it hurts me right now because in one of my leagues I have Teddy. I'm in a 2 QB league, and I have 2 of the worst QBs to have at this point right now because I have Baker Mayfield and Teddy Bridgewater. So I got Baker Mayfield with a torn fucking labrum in his non-throwing arm, and I got Teddy Bridgewater that can't think for 2 seconds because he got hit so fucking hard that he rattled his brain.
Sucks, man. Teddy Bree can't take a break, man. I feel bad for him. I don't know if Drew Lock's been the one they're game planning for. Drew Lock, it's a lot different than Teddy Bridgewater. So I don't know, man. I think if Teddy B's back, he's going to play, though. He's getting practice reps. They're a much better team with Teddy Bridgewater because they can hold teams under 15 points, and Teddy Bridgewater can safely get them about 21, 24. So that's the strategy.
Take the under.
Yep. All right. And so let's see. What do we got for predictions? We can just give a win and a loss on tonight. And
Rams backing them.
Go ahead, Iggy.
Rams.
Hector?
I said what I said. Rams.
I'm the only one going different. Seahawks at home. I think there's going to be some random shit that happens tonight on a Thursday like we always see. So I'm going the opposite.
Stafford's not going to let him lose 2 in a row. He's not going to do that.
I'm betting on the other
I already
side.
said what I said also. Matt Stafford MVP.
My heart's on Russ. My heart's on Mr. Wilson. Tom Hanks volleyball, but we'll see.
I hate them both. To hell with them all.
If they could both lose, that's the way you'd want it, right?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Let me change my answer to tie.
Oh, you fucking
really
cop out. You cop out.
A tie is better than a loss, though. Tie is better than a loss. But I guess it's not. I guess it's not a win though for either one of them.
It's just funnier.
That would just completely destroy the NFC West. That really would. Such a great division. Get a tie in there, man. That just puts a kink in it. Nobody wants that.
If you use a tie, then it has to be against the division.
Listen, I don't want that. I want the Rams to smack them up because if the Seahawks win, then it does start to add thin out the division again. You know what I mean? They'll jump to 2-3. You know what I mean? 2-3, 3-2.
Oh,
I mean?
it thins out
the
division.
I used to like you right now. I used to like you.
Listen,
is that what you meant? It thins it out to where it's like the top 3, and then the Niners are by themselves, way at the bottom.
Yeah.
The Niners and the Rams are my bottom 2 prediction for that division at the beginning of the season.
I want this. If we're gonna be down and out, I want the Seahawks laying dead right next to us. You know what I mean? Because the Cardinals. First of all, the Rams were my pick for the division as soon as they signed Stafford, bro. Because that defense was what it was. Right now, like I said, they're 27th overall. They gave up a lot of production in the past couple of weeks. So, and Russ hadn't been looking too good, man. It's a short week, but Russ still got that magic. But this is the first time Russ is gonna duel with Stafford, and Stafford got squad, bro. Stafford got squad right now.
What episode was that? Just so I can remember. I'm going to write it down because when the Arizona wins that division, I got to go pull the clip because I was the only one who said it was going to be them.
I'm trying to.
We got a co-host. We got a co-host.
Called Arizona.
Co-host.
Yeah, football. That's the hell.
Co-host.
Everybody bye.
Everyone leaving. Everyone leaving.
That's it, Bogard. That's it. You done lost. That's another Rams pick right there. Boom, right there.
Anyone leaving?
The Rams, fool.
No, because you said you were gonna switch to the Seahawks. So you and Fantasy Hustler
I
can move
ain't
together.
never said that.
He said he was switching to a tie.
So y'all can both lose together.
That's always a big winning bet if you can predict the tie. Yeah.
I have a story.
You trying to bust people's pockets.
I have a story here. It was on Bovado. I put $5. It was a lot. It was a what was it? It was a live bet, and at the half. No, it wasn't at the live bet. It was at the half. I bet that the game would end in a tie. It was the Bengals Giants, and I think I made like $1,200 off of that.
Savage.
It was the Bengals Giants. The game was so ass. I think they even went into overtime and tied.
All right, we're getting up out of here. Let's round robin it real quick. So for everyone watching on Facebook, maybe make sure you hop over to my YouTube Fantasy Football Hustler. Go subscribe. The next live stream starting at 3:00. Taking on all the questions. I always answer 100% of questions. So go set the reminder. Go click the notifications right now. Hector, tell everyone where to find you at.
You guys already know it's Hector. I said what I said. You can find Papa Smurf and me. I'm breaking down the tape. We go live every Thursday. We're going to go live tonight with your boy from the Gimme Money Network.
Yeah.
D Savage himself with my buddy Mike. And Savage, like I said, I got a little surprise for you.
Yeah.
And on Mondays, we set our episodes. We record and we release our episodes on Wednesday. You can find us on any podcast, fucking streaming episodes. Listen to us. If you don't listen to us, whatever. If you listen for like 2 seconds, we get the view. So fuck you. I said what I said.
Man, how Drunken Monkey or Ghost that comes on, bro. I've never worked with them yet.
And I just tell people to put that shit on in the background. Just open up a tab, put my shit on. I don't care if you watch it, but just have it up. Like, just have it up somewhere. You're all good.
Yes.
Do it for everybody. Hook us up.
Listen,
Iggy, tell everybody where to find you at.
Yeah, man. Iggy's Fantasy and Betting. You can check out. You can subscribe to the podcast, the YouTube. You can subscribe to the Patreon. I'm the only person I know that's giving you money back if my bets. If I don't win you at least 2 bets in a month, I'll pay for you next month for $20. I don't think you're going to find that deal anywhere else. So go check that out. I'll put all my bets. You can chart all the bets that I tell you guys about, the public about, on Iggy's Fantasy and Betting too. All kinds of articles. I just got to Play and Pine. I got weekly waiver wires, all kinds of great stuff, graphic quick reads, man. 3 minutes. Let's get you the information you need. Get it out. Social media, you can find me IDP Iggy or Iggy's Fantasy and Betting. I love being part of this group, man. I'm also part of Fantasy Football Hustlers group on Facebook. You can catch me on there too.
Yeah, and for all you IDP peeps out there, Iggy's putting out like the DraftKings like IDP prop bets, and he's always hitting on those. So even if you don't know anything about it, just trust that his IDP DraftKings props are hitting.
That's right, baby. We're gonna hit tonight too, baby.
What's your IDP prop for tonight on DraftKings?
I always like Bobby Wagner. The last time I saw it was 9.5. I'm going to take that. I don't care if Matthew Stafford passes it 40 times. Bobby Wagner watches so much film, man. He's a film head. He's always there. He's only missed his prop on the over once so far. So let's take it.
And is it total tackles?
Pardon me? Yeah, I always do. Let me clarify that. I always do tackles and assists because there is a solo tackle. There's a solo assist. Just let me count 1 for 1. Give me an assist count for 1. Let me get a tackle that counts for 1. And let's get there that way. That's my prop for that. 9.5 is pretty high, but Bobby Wagner's the guy, and he's been the guy for a long time. So
he's always in double. He's always in double digits.
He's the guy. Man. He's the man, bro. Even with Jordan Brooks, he's still the man. So.
Oh yeah. And then Bogard.
Yeah.
No, he's close. Let him know.
Just shine the kids. Just shine the kids.
No, he spilled his cookies all over the carpet. I was like, oh, chocolate chips everywhere. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
It's funny too, because he knows I'm not watching him, so he's just like, I got the cookie all on the carpet. I'm like, he has a table, bro.
Yeah, a table right there.
You can check out our latest episode of the Real Fantasy Playmakers. We went live last night. That's up. Shit is fly. And looking forward to tonight. We're breaking down the tape 8.
Yeah. All right. We're out, everybody. Peace out. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. We're here on YouTube, on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.
Bye.